Sorry for the interruption, y'all. Wow, I've been. I guess it's not strange, but let me continue on. Uh, in Genesis 10:25, it reads, in brief, name him Peleg, for in his days was the earth divided. This is not speaking of dividing the people, but dividing the land mass. Peleg was named after this most awesome event. In the Hebrew tongue, the name Peleg means earthquake. The central landmass was first separated, and then the central language was confounded by separation. The purpose in the separation was to stall the cataclysmic events leading to the time of the end. Who are the descendants of Noah? Who are the descendants of Noah? The Euro Gentiles have certainly claimed in every movie, every article of history, and even in Christendom itself, that they are the descendants of Noah. Will their claim stand the test of the scriptures? The word Semitic comes from the name Shem, Noah's oldest son. There are a group of languages spoken in North Africa called Semitic tongues. Ancient Egyptian is one such language. Where do the Egyptian people derive their origin? Let's read Genesis verse 10, verse 6. Genesis chapter 10, verse 6. And it reads, and the sons of Ham, Cush, and Mizraim, and Put, and Canaan. Okay. In Genesis 10, verse 6, Mizraim is listed in the birth line of Ham. He is the second son. Unknown to the people that are called black today, Mizraim is the ancient name of Egypt. Yeah. Unknown to the people that are black today, Mitzrayim is the ancient name of Egypt. Egyptian hieroglyphics are actually a Semitic alphabet, very similar to the Hebrew language itself. Arabic is another Semitic language. As we have read in Genesis chapter 21, verses 12 through 21, Hagar's son Ishmael became the forefather of the Arab-speaking nations in the Middle East. We read that again. Let's go Genesis chapter 21, verses 12 through 21. And it reads, and God said unto Abraham, let it not be grievous in thy sight because of the lad and because of thy bondwoman, and all that Sarah had said unto thee, hearken unto her voice, for in Isaac shall thy seed be called. And also of the son of the bondwoman, I will make a nation because he is thy seed. And Abraham rose up early in the morning and took bread and a bottle of water and gave it unto Hagar, putting it on her shoulder and the child, and sent her away. And she departed and wandered in the wilderness of Beersheba. And the water was spent in the bottle, and she cast the child under one of the shrubs. And she went and sat her down over against him a good way off, as it were a bow shot. For she said, let me not see the death of the child. And she sat over against him and lifted up her voice and wept. And God heard the voice of the lad, and the angel of God called to Hagar out of heaven and said unto her, what aileth thee, Hagar? Fear not, for God hath heard the voice of the lad. Where he is. For God had heard the voice of the lad where he is. Arise, lift up the lad, and hold him in thine hand, for I will make him a great nation. And God opened her eyes, and she saw a well of water, and she went and filled the bottle with water and gave the lad drink. And God was with the lad, and he grew, and he dwelt in the wilderness and became an archer. And he dwelt in the wilderness of Paran, and his mother took him a wife out of the land of Egypt. Okay. Hagar's son Ishmael became the father of the Arab-speaking nations in the Middle East. This language is a cousin language of the Hebrew. The Arab nations are a mixed people, but they share their language from a common source, the offspring of Noah. There are many northern tribes and countries of the north in Africa that speak Semitic languages. The Euro Gentiles that claim that they the Euro Gentiles that claim that they are descendants of the ancient Israelites don't have one country in the whole continent of Europe where any Semitic language is the mother tongue of that country. A language is the identification of a people, and the largest group of Semitic language spoken in the world are spoken in Northern Africa. Just in case anybody got confused on that point, I'll read it again. The Euro Gentiles that claim that they are the descendants of ancient Israelites don't have one country in the whole continent of Europe where any Semitic language is the mother tongue of that country. A language is the identification of a people, and the largest group of Semitic language spoken in the world or spoken in Northern Africa. The Euro-Gentile has put himself into the Semitic history, even when the scriptures refute and reject him as the children of God. There are those of Semitic and Hamitic descent that are unable to embrace themselves as being the sons of God. They prefer to be led by their Euro-Gentile cleric and folk scholars, which give a highly tinted version of historical facts, as well as over-embellished accounts of biblical facts. The scriptures show without any doubt who the sons of God are and the Gentiles of the world and how they came to be placed where they are today. We left our names as proof. Our forefathers, Shem, Ham, and Japheth, left their names on the tribes of the Gentiles as proof of their placement. In Genesis 10:5, it says, "By these were the isles of the Gentiles divided." There are a few Euro-Gentile countries which in fact are islands. And one of these islands is called Britain. Anybody from that country is called British. This very word is a sign placed on these people by the ancient names of our forefathers. The word Brit in Hebrew means covenant, and the word Ish means men. Therefore, the British people were placed on their island by the men of the covenant. The country Denmark is, of course, the word Dan, that means judge or judgment. So Denmark is the mark of judgment. Norway is Noah's path. The very word Anglo is a distillation of the word or name of the Nephilim son of Shem, known as Ashur. Let's see Genesis 10:22. Genesis 10:22. And it reads, "The children of Shem, Elam, and Ashur, and Arphaxad, and Lub, and Aram." Okay. Ashur founded Nineveh, capital of Assyria. Assyria is named for Ashur. We get a number of other words from this Nephilim. For example, Aryan, Australian, Anglo-Saxon, and even American all come from the Nephilim demigod Ashur. There are a group of Euro-Gentiles that call themselves Jews that live in a group of let me read that again. There are a group of Euro-Gentiles that call themselves Jews that live in Russia. And these Gentiles have for almost 1,000 years embraced the birthrights of the true sons of God. Once again, our names are on them. How so? Let's go to Genesis chapter 10, verse 3. Genesis 10, verse 3. And it reads, "And the sons of Gomer, Ashkenaz, and Rephath, and Togarmah." Ashkenaz. You would note that Japheth's grandson by the name of Ashkenaz, as we know Japheth's descendants, placed the Gentiles in their present location. Here we have Russians that say that they are Jews, and of all the names in the world that they could have possibly called themselves, they are called by the name of Ashkenaz. Ashkenazi Jews are in fact Ashkenazi Gentiles. Unless they convert under the sons of God, they remain Gentiles. As you can see, our names are on the masses of the world, yet many of the lost tribes of Israel are unaware of their birthright and of how the race is formed in their geographical locations. I hope that this short essay helps you to better understand who you are and where you are in Yah's plan for salvation. I pray that Yah will lead you and make you understand. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah.